Moi. Welcome, everybody. How does it feel if I do this? Oh, wow. I'm like in high definition now. This is, I feel exposed. I'm too visible. But I don't know. Let's try this for a little bit. But yeah, welcome in, everybody. Good to have you here. Also, wait, I feel like I'm looking up too much. I'll look. Here we go. I'll put chat here. Don't want to strain my neck. How are you guys doing? Poyu, JS, JF, Lorelei. Good to see you here. All writing in Finnish. Well, I see one message in English. Yeah, what a journey I have been on to learn Finnish. And you know, I'm proud of how far I've come. I've got nothing to be ashamed of. But of course, there's still a lot I can improve. And I'm working on it. But yeah, okay, let's see. Poyu, you wrote, Hyvää tiistai-iltaa, Tyler. Mitähän me teemme tällä kertaa streamissä? So, good Tuesday evening, Tyler. It's like, what are we doing this time on stream? I hadn't made a strict plan, but I was thinking it would be nice to actually try to read the Selko Uutiset and answer the questions at the back. At the end of the Selko. And just see. We'll get some new words, most likely. I also see that there is ice cream. Like there's a somebody is serving ice cream in the the still image from the news on the website. So but yeah. What is this? Oh, and JS, you're taking a pelitauko, a gaming break. What game are you playing, JS? On jo varsin keväinen keli taas ulkoilemassa. JF, you said it is already varsin. I should know varsin, but let's say it means something like almost. Like it is already almost springish conditions. Keväinen keli, right? Keli, I think means conditions, like the weather conditions. Taas ulkoilemassa, again in the outdoors. Are you outside right now, JF? Are you on a walk? I didn't go for a walk today. That's a shame. I have a wonderful little forest trail very close to where I live that I go, and it's really nice. And I've also been struggling because I usually go for runs, but the past like month or so I've been having some issues with my foot and ankle that I'm very cautious and careful when it comes to running, so I take a lot of time off. But then that means that like I'm not outside doing something, I don't know, that makes me feel more connected to the world and also just healthier. You know, exercise is really good. But yeah, Lorelei, you wrote, Moi, eilen oli takoitus torkkua, mutta tulikin nukuttua. Heräsin tänään 5.15. Is that, wait, what is that? 5:15. I assume that's May 15th, or at 5:15. Ja nukuin yöllä 11 tuntia. So yeah, it must be the time. Sometimes I'm just reading without comprehending, but you said something about today at 5:15, and you went to sleep at. Or you woke up. Yeah, okay. Herätä is to wake up. Heräsin, I woke up. Tänään 5:15 and went to sleep in the evening at 11. So hold on. Let me actually go back. You said yesterday was important for something. Torkua, I don't know what that is. But but tulikin nukutua. But something about sleeping. Nuku. It was important that you get sleep or something like this. Well, let me Google Translate. I have to move. I'm not used to chat being on this bottom screen. I don't like that. Here, I'll switch back so you guys can see here, Google. And I don't like being the center of attention, says the person who starts a YouTube channel. Guess what? It was a mistake. All right. Turns out I'm kind of introverted, and I don't know how I came on this path. All right. But here we are. But you said yesterday you were forced to take a nap, but you managed to sleep. Okay. Mutatuliki nukutua. Torkua is to nap. And then, yeah, you woke up today 5:15 and slept 11. I thought you went to bed at 11 o'clock last night. But no, that means you slept 11 hours. I should have seen this. I should have seen yksi toista tuntia. That literally is just 11 hours. It's not the time. But yeah, it's quite rare that I use time in Finnish or that I hear or see it written. You know, that, yeah, I don't really practice it as much. But, yeah. But anyways, well, 11 hours, that's great. I feel like I usually don't have anxiety, but for the past week, I've been having a little bit more anxiety. And I've noticed that I've been waking up like super early at like 5, and I can't go back to sleep. I'm still getting like enough sleep to function, but yeah, no, I need to get more sleep. But anyways, hold on, you guys. I can't keep up with your Finnish. It goes too fast. Olo lievästi epätodellinen herätessä. What? Oh, I have no idea. No idea. Okay. Continuing. Lorelei, you wrote, feeling slightly unreal. That's what this means. Todellinen. Epätodellinen. Herätessä. Upon awakening. Or when, yeah, I don't know. Sellaista se joskus on. That, I don't know what that sentence means. Like those feel like a bunch of pronouns. That's sellaista se joskus on. That's what it is. It's the sometimes, joskus. I sometimes miss sometimes. Lorelei's nap turned to sleep. Ooh, see camera. No, I mean I'm still using the same webcam. Boom. 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 You like that? You like how I'm like a TV producer over here. But yeah. I did wipe the it's just the webcam on my MacBook. But it's a good webcam. It's like 1080p. Most webcams are like 720. So yeah. Okay, JS, you wrote melkein tyhjän näköinen kämpä, mutta pykkiteline sentään näkyy. The room looks almost empty, but at least you can see the clothesline. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think about decorations. I guess it's kind of a bachelor pad in this sense. I don't have anything hanging on the walls. Mostly just because I'm like, oh, maybe I'll put something there, but I don't feel like I need to. You know, so I just leave it. And yes, I do have my clothes, whatever. What is it? It's not. What is that called in English? A clothes hanger? A hanging rack? A drying rack, maybe. Yeah, I've got the drying rack over there. It's a permanent piece of furniture because I'm constantly having like my running clothes needing to dry. So yeah. And it's like why put it away only to take it back out? No, just leave it. And JS, you were playing Dragon Age Inquisition. Yeah, I think that you were playing that last week. Veilguard. Vuorotellen vähän matkaa, kun on uusintakierrokset menossa. What? Something about a little trip when it's new something to go? Why? Why do you guys speak a Sudoku language? All right, what is this? Alternating a little distance when the repeat rounds are going on. I don't know if I don't think it got. I don't know. Tämän päivän selko-uutisaiheet näyttävät olevan ihan okay. So you're saying today's selko-uutiset topics seem to be quite okay. Okay, well that's good to know. Yeah, they aren't too depressing, I hope. The news tends to be that way. Tarkoitus. Oh, did you... Oh, maybe... Was there a typo earlier? Oh, it's supposed to be here. Tarkoitus. But no worries, Lorelai, you're good. The date is 15.5 outside America. Lorelai. Shots fired. I did for like a split second think about that when I saw this, because I was like, wait, is this a valid way to write the date in Finland? Like, you wouldn't do it this way with the year unless you put the year first, right? You could be 2025.5.15, you know, but no. Typically it's just day, month, year. You're climbing hills in Pyynikki and Pispalan. Well, I hope you're enjoying the hike or the walk. I mean, it sounds like a hike if you're climbing hills. Oli tarkoitus was intent to. You were, yeah, you were supposed to. You were intended to. Oh, did it originally say forced? Was that what it said before? Oh, okay, yeah. When I change it, it goes to the correct. I was supposed to take a nap. And oh, hey, Anni, welcome in. How are you? Good to see you. What is this? Toinen Mansilainen. A second something. A second something. I don't know what Mansilainen means, but we about to find out. Another Mansalander. What? What? Wait, is there the dictionary? Sometimes it offers a dictionary option, but not on this. To take a nap is torkkua. To sleep is nukkua. Thank you, Anni. Using the dot in time you think is the recommended way now, but don't like it at all. It's confusing as any 4-letter word. Yeah. Well, okay. In America, where we do things the normal way, we write it like this, 515, with a semicolon. And we do our numbers where it's like 5,000 dot, with a decimal place if you're going to go, a fraction, 0.15. I cannot understand doing it any other way. Especially the worst crime is when people do it like this. Like something like that, or they have a space. The space. I hate that. Doesn't that just upset you on a deep level? Like 5 million, 0.15. What, 11 hours is impossible for you, Omni, unless you take a slight overdose of sleeping pills. Pukiteline. Oh, is the clothes drying rack. Ah, okay. Let me, Yeah. Pukiteline. Pukiteline. What? I want to see the breakdown of this word real quick. Yeah, puki is laundry, teline, rack. Clothes, clothing rack or whatever. And then, oh, you said pukinaru. Or, sorry, pardon me. Pukinaru would be clothesline. Naru. Feng Shui says the less stuff you have in a room, especially bedroom, the better you feel. You can only imagine how hoarders feel when they literally stuff their home from floor to ceiling. Yeah. It must be really hard. I do enjoy watching the Aure Katarina videos. Though she doesn't really work with hoarders exactly. But yeah, people fall into difficult circumstances mentally, and that can happen. It's really sad. But I don't know. I'm not like an intentional minimalist in any way. Like, I don't go out of my way to remove stuff. I just don't go out of my way to add stuff. Also, it's like stuff costs money. So it's like, I mean, of course you could like decorate just with stuff you already have, or you can make your own art. And actually, I should hang up my old painting. I have one painting that I made years ago, and it was in the background of my old apartment from literally a year ago. Like, I have been feeling really nostalgic, and maybe that's also why I have this anxiety, because this time of year is like a big time in my life every year, because this is the time when I started my YouTube channel. So we're coming up on 9 years being on YouTube, and this is also the time when I've moved apartments. Like, I moved into my apartment in Punovori in March 2021. Was it really then? Or was it Yeah, it was 2021. I lived there for 3 years. And then I moved here exactly a year ago. Well, I mean, I don't remember the exact date I moved, but it was right around this time, end of March. And so I'm like, man, time is really flying by. And it gives me some anxiety, which I think is normal. All right. I don't blame myself for having anxiety, but I don't know. Maybe you guys can relate to life, elämä on life. That's probably the one Finnish sentence I can say on command. That's it. That one sticks in my brain. What, you're on the second, third, nth playthrough? Oh, the translation from earlier that didn't make any sense. Oh, this. Alternatively, a little distance when the repeat rounds are going on. So you're playing the video game a bit of each at a time as they are on the second, third, and nth playthrough. But yeah, doing well, Omni. I'm glad to hear that. Monse is another name for Tampere. I didn't know that. Or maybe I had heard, but I don't remember it. A manse. I think a manse is also like a house of some kind. Kind of like a mansion? An old manse from Middle English for mansion. I guess it's just another version of it. From medieval Latin, mansus, dwelling. Yeah. Coming from a computer background, using a decimal point feels wrong. And a colon for time. Oh, it's because they say Tampere is Finland's Manchester. I have heard that. Wow, okay. This is the Finnish version of Manchester. Monsalainen. That's funny. I mean, I'm sure there's another word for the actual town. Or is this the Finnish word for Manchester when you refer to the city in the UK? But yeah, from Monse. Another Tamperelainen. Tamperian. All right, let's start reading a little bit. I caught up to chat, so I'm going to read a little bit here. Monsalainen, Tamperelainen, a citizen of that city. Ensin aiheena kesätyöt. First, the topic of summer jobs. Kesätyöpaikkoja on tänä vuonna vähän. Summer job positions are few this year. Kesätyöpaikkoja. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I was thinking for this confused me for half a second, but I was right. Kesätyöpaikkoja on vähemmän kuin viime vuonna. The summer jobs are less than last year. Ja jo viime vuonna tilanne oli huono. And already last year, the situation was bad. Samaan aikaan työttömien määrä on kasvanut. At the same time, the unemployed. The number of unemployed has grown. The number of unemployed persons has grown. Siksi monet työttömät hakevat kesätöitä. That's why many unemployed are applying for summer jobs. This article is actually really easy. I don't think I've been stumped yet on any of the language. Kesätyöpaikkojen tilanne on tänä vuonna huono. Yeah, we already did that. Syy on se, että taloudessa ei mene hyvin. The reason is that the economy is not doing well. Or that things aren't going well in the economy. Right? Työpaikkoja on silloin vähän ja työttömiä ihmisiä on paljon. Yeah, it's kind of repeating the same thing, that work positions or jobs on silloin. I don't know exactly the best way to translate this, but I'm just going to translate it as like there. Kind of like there are few work positions and and unemployed people are a lot. Yeah, this is kind of tricky. What that silloin means. Because milloin is where. Silloin. Where does milloin mean where? What does milloin mean? What? There are so many words. Hold on, let me think. Missä means where. Mitä. Milloin. Silloin. I should know. But here, okay, you know what? We'll Google Translate this so we just see. It means then. Milloin means when. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. Right? So yeah, there are few jobs then, and there are many unemployed people. So I was wrong to translate it as there. And I kind of knew that, which is why I was hesitating so much. Yeah, silloin means then. Thank you, JS. And Lorelai, like at those times. Yeah. Milloin is when, missä where, mitä missä milloin, kuka kussa kulloin. Thanks. Yeah, thank you guys for all the help all these years. I do actually really appreciate your help. And just for tuning in every week and encouraging me. It does mean a lot. Thank you. Normaalisti lähinnä nuoret etsivät kesätöitä. Huh. I actually don't know lähinnä. I always forget. There's a word, lähes, that I always forget what it means. But I've seen it before, lähes. But anyways, normally, something about the youth, nuoret, etsivät, they search for summer jobs. Nyt myös vanhemmat. Now, also older, työttömät, unemployed ihmiset, people, ovat kiinnostuneet kesätöistä, are interested. They are interested in summer jobs. Is that kind of what it means? I mean, it's like they are also applying for the same jobs is the intended meaning, right? Now, even. Wait. No. Wait, there was another word I wanted. Normally, it's mainly lähinnä, mainly young people who are looking for summer jobs. I don't know. That's kind of a weird word. Now, also, older unemployed people are interested in summer jobs. I think I got pretty close. Yeah, even or also in this case, yeah. And it just flipped to also, yeah, Lorelai. Yeah, I noticed that as well. I guess I when I saw even, I was thinking of lähinnä from the previous sentence, and I was like, wait, is that what that word means? But then I saw, oh wait, actually no. But yeah, lähinnä mainly young people. It is weird when it switches words in the translator as if it can't decide. Yeah, I don't know. Taksit. Taxis. Sitten aiheena taksit. With 2 periods. This sentence ends so emphatically. Okay. Sitten, okay, now for the topic of taxis. Takseissa on nykyään liikaa turvallisuusongelmia. What? It's sort of like nowadays hold on. Liikaa versus liian. So I think it means like there are too many safety problems. Is that how you would translate this? Like safety problems associated with taxis, right? Nowadays there are too many safety problems. There are too many safety problems with taxis nowadays. Look at that. I Sherlock Holmes my way to the answer. And lika is dirt. Oh, well, they're like the same word. What lika versus lika? I won't be able. Takseissa tapahtuu seksuaalirikoksia enemmän kuin ennen. So it has to do with like sexual attacks are happening in taxis more than before. Sexual crimes. Rikoksia. Kahden viime vuoden aikana asiakkaat tekivät Helsingissä poliisille yli 50 rikosilmoitusta. Lika is apt for the article, though. True. Kahden means the second. Second last year. Does that mean 2 years ago? Not the first last year, but the second last year. That's what I assume this means. Something about at that time. Customers, right? Asiakas, I think means customer. Customers doing, they went to the Helsinki police over 50 crimes. Like over 50 crimes were reported to the Helsinki police by customers of taxis over the past 2 years. How about that? Not 2 years ago. In the last 2 years, customers have filed more than 50 crime reports with the police in Helsinki. Ilmoitukset koskivat taksikuskeja. So the reports. I should know this. Koske. Like, does it mean like the reports affect or affected taxi kuskeja? I actually don't know. Taxi organizations. I have no idea. Taxi rules. The drivers. The reports concerned taxi drivers. Yeah, the last 2 years. Thank you, JS. And Lorelai. And DV. Oh, and welcome in, DV. How are you? Good to see you here. But I did get the meaning without looking at chat. But it just took me 2 years to do it. I mean, it is kind of crazy to think we have been live streaming Finnish for over 2 years. You think I would be a little better. But, you know, there's a season for everything. Asiakkaat sanoivat poliisille, että taksikuski oli tehnyt seksuaalirikoksen. Customers said to the police that the taxi driver was or had done a sexual crime. The customers told the police that the taxi driver had committed a sexual crime. Kuski is slang. Ah, okay. Kuljettaja is the correct word. Kuski kuin bussikuski, the bus driver. Yleensä uhri oli nuori nainen, joka oli taksissa yöllä yksin. I can't imagine like how awful that is. Like, especially if you're taking a taxi because you don't want to be alone, like on a bus or on the metro or something, or walking down the street late at night, and then the taxi driver isn't safe. So generally, uhri, I actually don't know this word, or maybe I do, but I forgot. Something was a young woman. I guess the victim, is that the word? Generally, the victim was a young woman who was in the taxi alone at night. Yeah, usually the victim was a young woman who was alone in a taxi at night. Taksikuski oli yleensä mies, jolla oli ulkomaalainen tausta. So it's saying here that the taxi driver was usually a man who was of foreign background. I actually don't know what tausta means, but I'm going to assume it means background. That the taxi driver had a foreign background. The taxi driver was usually a man with a foreign background. Takseissa tapahtuu seksuaalirikoksia enemmän kuin ennen. So yeah, we had this already, that sexual crimes have been happening in taxis more than before. Taksialla muuttui muutama vuosi sitten. Muutama means a few. A few years ago. Something about the taksiala. I should know. It's like the taxi industry, right? Doesn't ala mean industry? Or is that alue? Alue means region or sector. The taxi sector changed a few years ago. The taxi sector changed. The taxi industry. Okay, I was right with ala. The taxi industry changed a few years ago. You know, I'm proud of me. I just want to say that. Like, the fact that I can read a sentence like this, I would not have been able to do this 2 years ago. Maybe even a year ago. I wouldn't have. I'm a grown man. Maybe I don't speak quickly. Maybe I understand very slowly. But I do get there eventually. Yeah. Taksin kuljettaja versus taksikuski. It's like the driver of the bus, or sorry, the driver of the taxi versus taxi driver. Yeah, 2017 was just a couple years ago, apparently. Was that when the reform happened? Or I don't know. Maybe there have been multiple reforms. I don't know. Yeah, Lorelei, I can't believe 2020 feels like an eternity ago, but it also feels like it was just yesterday. I think in a way that's part of my anxiety. Like just how quickly time goes by. And I mean, I don't like regret about. But then there are times where you just realize how quickly life is going by and you're like, what the crap? Yeah. Like when I feel like more happened between when I first came to Finland in 2015 and then when I came back to Finland, like I left in 2017, I came back in 2020. I feel like that was a decade. That was just those, 4.5 years. And it's already been now over 5 years from when I came back. So there's more distance between me now and when I came back to Finland in 2020 than that version of me to 2016 Tyler. And that's kind of a weird mental gymnastic game to play. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm doing really well today. Thank you, DV. And the news articles aren't like particularly easy either. So good job. Well, thank you, DV. I for some reason, I feel like I'm getting lucky. I think in the few words that I don't understand, I can kind of guess. Oftentimes the words I miss are those really weird adverbs, like modifiers, like lahin. Like that. I already forgot. That I think it means mainly. Or uhri, the victim. This decade has been a year and 50 years at the same time. Yeah. Yeah, it really has. Time goes faster the older you get, JS. It is true. I'm feeling it. I mean, time flew by in my 20s, but now my 30s are like just really disappearing. Yeah. Wait, what is the onko tylleril äänestysoikeus kuntavaaleissa? Wait, does Tyler have some type of, is it like that? Oh yeah, does Tyler have a right to vote in the municipal elections? I actually do. I just missed out on it the last time because you have to be a resident for 2 years. And the last time when I came back in 2020, I hadn't had my residence permit long enough for when we had our last elections. Was it 3 years ago? Was it 2022 that we had the whatever municipal regional elections? But yeah, so yeah, you don't have to be a citizen, or even a permanent resident. I don't yet have my permanent residency. I have to get that renewed this year, which is also a source of anxiety. Please don't kick me out, Finland. I've invested too much. I'm trying. Yeah. Yeah, deducing meaning from context is a huge part of using a language, even for native speakers when getting into contact with another dialect or idiolect. Huh, I haven't heard that word, but I like it. Yeah, just having your residence permit for 2 years is enough to be able to vote. But yeah, you don't get the permanent residence permit until you've been 5 years on the temporary ones. But there's different, yeah, I don't know, the terminology is very confusing. Because there's also A and B permits. Like if you're a student permit can be for multiple years, but it's like, I think it's considered like a B permit, so it doesn't count towards the year requirement, or you only get half the time added to any calculation, for example, citizenship. It's kind of, yeah, it's weird like that. Is it the same for the other election next month as well? Wait, what's the other election? I only know of the 2 elections. There's the municipal and regional. Do they not happen at the same time? I thought they all happened in April. You think it's a valid permit of residence in the beginning of the election year? Well, I remember it being it has to be 2 years before the election year. But yeah, continuous permit. That's the right word. Yeah, 5 years on a continuous permit before you can get the permanent permit. Oh, they do happen at the same time. Okay, thank you. I mean, they both happen next month, so you were right the way you said it. I thought there was that there were 2 different months. But yeah, and yeah, Helion, welcome in. How are you? Good to see you. Back from the class again. All right. Are you a student or a teacher, Helion? I remember I know there are some of you that are doing your studies. Onni, you're not that much into politics, but do you think our president has done a good job so far? Oh, put me on the spot. Well, I don't typically use my channel to talk about politics, but I also try to avoid wading into politics. Like I have my thoughts and beliefs, but at the same time, I should say I don't have the kind of personality to get into debates, political debates. You know the people, like you all have a relative, typically an older male relative of some very strict political persuasion, who is deeply convinced and spends his free time studying like he's prepping for a high school debate championship. You know what I'm talking about? I'm not that. Not that I think it's fine if people want to be like really engaged, but I don't know. Yeah. And you're a teacher, Helion. Cool. Yeah, I do remember with Stub, or I'll say Stub, I mean Stub, right? I guess is the way you would actually say it. But we had a Selko Uti set. And apparently Stub has like fangirls. It's like, do you remember? It was a while ago. Back when we were still, we would watch this together. And I don't know, maybe I'm being unfair by calling this woman a fangirl. But just the way she, because like he went to talk in Oulu, I think, and they were like opening a mall, and he showed up at the mall. I think, I don't know, maybe I'm misremembering it, but and she was like so enamored. I mean, she had very nice things to say about him, so, but she was very effusive in her adoration. Oh, and Zelensky was here last week. I was actually in the city center and got stuck because I tried to take a bus from the train station right at the same time that they closed the streets. When I came into the city center, I was kind of like, why are there all these military people? There were tons, and all of them, you know, it was a bunch of like 19-year-olds. You know, from the 19-year-olds who are doing their whatever military service were all out in their military gear. I mean, it wasn't like a lot of gear. It was mostly just like the camouflage clothing. And they were lining, they were lining the main road. And I saw the motorcade pass. I saw Zelensky's motorcade pass as he was, I don't know, he was leaving, I think he was leaving the university and going to the president, to meet the president someplace. But yeah, I had to sit on the bus. We were delayed over 20 minutes. It was like we were just about to leave as well. That was the other thing. Like our bus was like, oh, it's time to go. And then they're like, nope, no cars on the main road in front of the train station. But yeah. Yeah, I do try to limit. I'm finding that I have to be more disciplined about limiting media in my life, because like whether it's the news or social media or just watching YouTube videos, it can have like a negative impact. And even if it isn't negative, it distracts me from living my life. Like, what am I doing watching other people live their lives? Like, why don't I do something? You know, like, man, maybe that's also where my anxiety is coming from. All right, this is a therapy session now. When I look back on, you know, you look back on your life and you're like, what have I done? And, you know, not that I'm throwing a self-pity party or anything, like, but just sort of thinking of like, well, you know, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? You know, what is it I really want to do? Even if I'm not unhappy, you know, you just have to kind of reevaluate and think. And I've been doing more of that the past few weeks, which I think has been good, even if it causes a bit of anxiety. But yeah, I don't follow the news, or I don't follow politics that closely. But I do pay attention. By the way, are you guys prepared? I received whatever Finland's, what is it? Safety preparation guidelines. You know, and like you're supposed to have a certain amount of water and a certain amount of food in case like electricity goes out. You know, you would have to be able to survive for a few days, maybe a few weeks. I'm embarrassed. There are a few things I still don't have that I need to go find. And it's the most Finnish thing possible. It's a bucket. I need buckets with lids for like storing water. So I haven't gotten that yet. Now I understand the free bucket syndrome. Finnish people go nuts for a free bucket. But yeah. Oh wait, okay. Yeah, DV, you're also reluctant speaking about politics, but you've been practicing doing it just because you don't want politics to be a taboo for the general populace. Yeah. Yeah, it's like... It's there's so much involved with it because it's not just abstract ideas and beliefs. It's like your identity. You know, people feel that their identity is attached, you know, and so so no wonder it gets so personal and so heated so easily. But that's one thing I've been doing also lately, going back to the Greeks. I have been reading Epictetus discourses. The Epictetus lived during like the Roman times. He was a teacher of philosophy in Greece, and is kind of one of the famous Stoics, teachers of Stoicism. And I've been finding that very comforting. Like, yeah, and also I find it encouraging to read these old dialogues where people, especially like the Socratic dialogues by Plato, where they're debating what does it mean to live a good life and how should we organize a good society, right? That's where the word politics comes from, the Greek word for a city, a polis. So yeah, it's nice to revisit that kind of stuff and sort of challenge my own assumptions a little bit more, and at least to remind myself of these things, because I studied them half a lifetime ago. Like, quite literally, I started studying ancient Greek philosophy when I was 18 or 19, and I'm 36. That's weird to think that my high school graduation was half a lifetime ago. I'm not ready to accept that. I'm not ready. But, you know, maybe I have lived a lot in those 18 years since. Okay, anyways, I don't know. I'm getting very nostalgic and reminiscent. But yeah, storing water, you'd have to have it constantly refilled, as you can't fill it when the crisis hits, most likely. Yeah, I need to look into it. I do know, DV, or JS, sorry, that in Finland, they do have water that they would distribute. And that's why you need the bucket, because you might need to go to a truck that has a water truck, basically, that has a hose or a spigot. What is it? A faucet that you would get the water from, but you need to have your own container to take the water home. And I think that's why they say to have a bucket with a lid. I don't think you need to keep the water in the bucket, but the bucket is also separate from the water supply that you're supposed to have anyway. So you're supposed to have 2 liters of water per person per day for at least 3 days. So 6 liters of water that you can drink, and you can just buy that at the store, right? The water in the large containers, whatever. But the buckets don't have to have water in them before the disaster hits. I mean, maybe it would still be a good idea. Who knows? Maybe the water truck won't come. But yeah, I've been like thinking. I mean, not that I expect anything bad to happen, but it's just part of being responsible. Like, I would be so embarrassed to have to go ask my neighbor and be like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm a dumb American, and I didn't prepare. I'm the grasshopper in the, what is that? What's the word for that? That's not a metaphor, but it's like a parable. A parable. The parable of the ant and the grasshopper. The grasshopper, the ant who saves up for the winter, and the grasshopper who doesn't. And the grasshopper dies. Except, wait, that's not how it works, because grasshoppers live. Grasshoppers don't go extinct every year. What? But anyways, yeah. You got to be prepared. You're also, I don't know why I'm talking about this so much, but you're also supposed to have a radio. You're supposed to have I don't have a radio. I need to, I don't even know where to go and get one. Yeah. But yeah, modern politics is just mind-numbingly stupid. It is, yeah. It's one of those, what is it? It's a paradox of, you know, it's exhausting, but that's all. You have to be somewhat engaged, right? That's kind of our civic duty, or at least I believe in civic duty. And, you know, suffering the political, what is it? So yeah, putting yourself through that to understand what's going on, and even if it's really depressing and difficult, it's important to build a society together. So we should try to engage in productive dialogue. You have mostly dry pasta to snack on, Lorelei. That's a good point. You know, one of my best friends, we became best friends in France when we did a study abroad there. He was also from my university. He's one of the other, there weren't many students from my university in this exchange program. So, and we lived in the same dorm, and sometimes I'd go over and knock on his door and ask if he was free to hang out. And I don't know how he got in the habit of taking pasta and just putting it in a glass of water and just letting it soak there for a bit to soften up, and then he would eat it as a snack like it was a chip. Oh man, what weird. That's, but you know, I've done, I'll say this, I've done way cringier things in my life. That's, so there you go. You can what is it, it's like cold brew. You can cold brew your pasta. Yeah, and remember cycling the food in the water you keep to get stuff you will actually eat, Lorelei. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I always try. This is, okay, my complaint, dear Finland, please start eating more beans. The bean selection is so poor. And I mean, not just the dry beans, but like what is it? I was going to say fresh beans, but they're the beans that are pre-cooked in the box or the can. Like, we need more beans. Like, sometimes I go to the store and all they have is like kidney beans. And I'm just like, come on. And recently there were some black beans, but that's a rare sight. Or if they do have the black beans, they're like the super expensive ones that I'm like, I'm not going to pay €3 for a can of beans. I'm like, I'm sure it tastes great, but I'm not that luxurious in life. When you were young, the political bad guys were charismatic and intelligent enough to have a real debate. Yeah. Better to be over the hill than under hill, or something like that. When there's been a disruption in the water lines, there's been a refill station at the yard nearby. Ah, so JS, you already know what it's like. But yeah, the refill stations will pop up. And I mean, that's one thing I do like about Finland, is we are the most emergency prepared nation, probably in the world. I was going to say the miles and miles, or should I say kilometers and kilometers of underground tunnels that we already have, equipped with stuff to sustain a very large population. That's good. I'm glad that we have that. But anyways, hold on. I know I'm getting so distracted. Let's finish this very depressing news story about that. Something changed. The taxi industry changed a couple of years ago, or a few years ago. Nykyään taksialalle taksialalle. Taksialalle. Nykyään taksialalle on paljon helpompi päästä kuin ennen. So it involves dry pasta that we were talking about earlier. Nowadays, the taxi industry has a lot easier. Is this like a lot easier regulation than before? I guess it's like a less strict. I don't know. Let's see. Today, it is much easier to get into the taxi industry than it used to be. Okay, I didn't get that. Yeah, I didn't really translate this that well grammatically. But, let's not focus on the mistakes. It's much easier to get into päästä taksialalle. See, that's a hard sentence for me. Last sentence, and then I'm going to read chat. I want to catch up with your comments. Hyvä uutinen on, että viime vuonna rikosilmoitusten määrä väheni. The good news is that last year, the crime reports amount, something about it being less. It became less. It was less. It went down. It decreased. I don't know English words. It's not just Finnish. The good news is that the number of crime reports decreased last year. So it was it was 50 reports over 2 years, but last year it was less bad. Okay. Vaalit. Elections. Oh wait, I said I was going to catch up with chat. I was look at me just being a Finnish reader over here. Just like, no problem. But yeah, having to go and talk to the neighbor, rather just die of thirst, Helion. Have a radio, but it uses those big A batteries, not stocked on those. Wait, what are the big A batteries? I only know of AA and AAA. Is there just a single A battery? I thought there was like AA, AAA, C? I know D batteries. D batteries, and then what's the other kind of battery that has like the thing on both sides that's like in camera equipment? I think I have. What kind of battery? Hold on. Okay, I can't get it out. I don't want to break my microphone over there. But yeah, it's another kind of battery. Guys, I will talk about the most boring stuff. I just realized I just talked about batteries for no reason. Cold water pasta. The beans. I am a bean guy. I want more beans. Yeah, the Ruohonjuuri has lots of dry beans, but they don't sell beans that are already cooked. Because sometimes I just don't want to cook beans. And I had trouble, my pressure cooker, the seal broke. And I need to replace it. And so I don't want to cook it without... I mean, I could still cook the beans without it being under pressure, but it helps a lot. And then I've had mixed results where sometimes the beans just don't cook evenly. And some of the beans are like falling apart, and some of the beans are still quite firm. And it's like, it sucks when that happens. So sometimes I like to just get the beans from the store and just drain them and eat them. That's typically what I've been doing lately. Saves time. Even if it's like, it's more effort to carry the cooked beans. They weigh a lot more, obviously, from the water. And it's more expensive than cooking dry beans. But beans are already so cheap. It's like 75 cents for a box of beans, of cooked beans. So, you know, there's only so much penny pinching you can do. It's like, in the grand scheme of a year, how many does, you know, how many, I'm going to save maybe a few dozen euros, offset by the hours of having to cook my own beans. It's kind of like, well, but yeah. Missä kaupassa käyt eniten? So something about where in the store have you fit anything? That's another word I always forget. Anything. Actually, I'm gonna pull this over here. Itse suosin isoja kauppoja, koska ovat halvempia. Kallein kauppa, missä olen ollut, on kauppavene. Jos ei ole muuta vaihtoehtoa. Ehto is like, doesn't that mean like a condition? Niin olkoon, menneeksi muuten en suosittele. Yeah, this is a difficult paragraph. Which store do you go to the most? Anything, see? I always forget words like this, like important modifiers. But yeah, you personally prefer big stores because they are cheaper. The most expensive store you've been to is a merchant boat. Merchant boat? If there's no other option, then let it go. Otherwise, I do not recommend it. The merchant boat. It sounds like you go to the traveling merchant in a video game or something. No, I go to S Market, and a pretty big S Market, you know. So, and but yeah, I don't often go to K Market, but I should. I should check out their bean options. Yeah. On a weekend, you cooked pea soup from dry beans. You didn't have any mincemeat, so instead you used pirkka black beans. It turned out okay. Yes, use the beans, all right? The real flavor comes from the spices and then the oil or the fat, right? That's what you gotta flavor it up with that. I think beans are very flavorful, tasty. But yeah, oh, it's a C battery, JS. Okay, not a single A battery, which maybe it does exist. ER was on TV the first time some 30 years ago. Now Free is sending it all over again? What? I don't know. I don't get it. Sorry. D, yeah, D is the really big one, right? C is a bit smaller, but larger than AA. Correct. I think so. I'm apparently a battery expert. An old double-deck radio from the 80s. Oh, and Onni, thank you. AA is called sormipatteri, and the AAA is pikkurillipatteri. You turned off the tab. What? Vaihtoehto is an option. Literally change condition. Oh, yes, I remember reading that. Yeah, if there's no other option, then let it go. I remember reading something like this in the change. It was like the UPM was doing some change negotiations. It was like the collective agreement. Is that the same kind of word here, the collective agreement? Maybe not. I don't know. There was some neuvolut negotiations. Is that how you say it? Neuvolu. All right. I mean, I do enjoy just hanging out with you guys in chat, but I also should get back to Finnish here in a second. Prisma has organic beans for 89 cents. Oh, just I think it's the normal S market, not one of the big supermarket like City Market or whatever. But actually, I mean, it is pretty big. It's not like I don't know. It's not like the small K markets that you find in Helsinki. Oh, in the archipelago, the boat and ferry is the only option left. Wow. Yeah, I imagine it would be more expensive if a store is running on a ferry. You only go to Prisma or K Market, so I might be mistaken on the other store types. Yeah. All right, vaalit, the elections. Sitten aiheena vaalit. Now the topic of elections. I say sitten. I translate it as now. And that's how we say it in English. Now for the news about something, well, but it's sort of like here, there. There's a topic of elections. Suomessa on pianvaalit. In Finland, there are the elections soon. Pian. I always get this confused with pieni. And I'm like, is this another word for like pieni, pikku? No, pian means soon. The elections are happening soon in Finland. Vaaleissa valitaan ihmiset kunnan valtuustoihin ja aluevaltuustoihin. So it's like in the elections can be elected people to these groups, the municipal election group and the regional election group. I don't know how to translate that. What people are elected to municipal and regional councils. That's the word. The councils in elections. Yeah. I was close enough. I was like a group, a council. Sitten in this context means then. Yeah. Or next. Yeah, next is probably works pretty well in English. Yeah. Next for the topic of the elections. Kunnanvaltuustot päättävät tärkeistä asioista, esimerkiksi kouluista ja päiväkodeista. So it's talking about that the municipal elections the words like whenever I see pää, I just get so confused. I think of head and decision but something is something in a, it's like it's sort of like they are being managed. Tärkeys. Tärkeä. Important. So I'm going to say it's like the municipal elections are happening in important places, or like places of importance, such as schools and daycares. Oh, is it like they are being organized in these whatever municipal councils? Oh, decide on important issues. Okay, I was confused. I was thinking that the elections, you could go to the school to cast a vote. Why did I think place when I saw asiois? Because I think asutus, right? Oh, yeah. Look, it's getting late, all right? My brain is turning off. Hey, 27, what's up? How are you? You just posted some battery sizes in Discord. I'm sure you got some good memes on it. We also have the Kiriasto Auto for people in remote areas. Sadly, many of them are not driving anymore because of the lack of people. The library, the mobile library. Or not yeah, Kiriasto is a library. Kirjakauppa is a bookstore. Yeah, päättää is to decide. Yeah, Odney, yeah. Now that I see it written this way, or now that I see the translation, I'm like, yeah, okay, it makes sense. It means to decide. But for some reason, I couldn't see it that way. Yeah, the municipal councils decide, because I saw that this wasn't in the passive. So I was like, huh, yeah, they're not being organized, but maybe it's one of these words that exists in the active but is just implied in transitive or something. I don't know. Tärkeistä asioista. So they decide on important issues. For example, schools and daycare centers. That was the hardest sentence so far, probably. Aluevaltuustot päättävät esimerkiksi terveyskeskuksista. The regional councils decide on, for example, the health centers, right? Terveyskeskus, a health center. Suomessa on ensi kuussa vaalit. They're ensi. Doesn't ensi mean first? Or does it mean like in... It's like the elections are happening in a month in Finland. Or is it next month? Ensi doesn't mean next. There's viime, last, ensi is next. Yeah. It's like I form a decision where I'm like, ensi must mean first, like ensimmäinen. And then I have to like trick myself out. I have to Socrates myself out of that false assumption. There are elections in Finland next month. Yeah. But yeah, most election places are at schools. You can see the school in question from your window right now, JS. Yeah, see, I was expecting the schools would be the place. I think that's also why I mistranslated it, is I couldn't really understand this. And so then I was like, oh, but I see schools and daycares. Those must be the places where the elections are happening. So yeah, I messed up. But that's how it goes. Where were we? Ylen puheenjohtajatentit alkavat tänään. So it's like Yle's talk people something. I think it just means like Yle's coverage begins today. Tentit. I don't know what it's like. I'm assuming that Yle is providing coverage of the elections and like who the candidates are, right? That's what this is referring to. But I don't know. The Yle chairmanship exams start today. What? Let me know if you think that's correct. Because that makes no sense in the context of this. I suppose it's like the debate, right? They're having debates. The party leader interviews. Ah, yes. Okay, yeah. I know, yeah. I should have known this. Johtaja means leader. So it's sort of like the speaker leaders The people who are like the spokespeople of the parties. Tentit in this context would be the debates. Yeah. So they're having, party leader debates. Candidate debates, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, okay. Tenteisa puolueiden puheenjohtajat keskustelevat vaaleista. So in the election, sorry, not the elections, in the debates, the speaker leaders of the parties keskustelevat vaaleista. I actually don't know. Keskustele. What does that mean? Does that mean to meet? Why do I feel like, but that doesn't make sense for them to meet in the election? I assume, no, it means to debate, right? In the debates, the party leaders will debate the election? Or is it that, I have no idea. I'm lost. My brain is done. In the exams or the debates, party chairmen discuss the elections. Discuss. I should have known that. Keskustella, to discuss. There's another word for meeting. Like kokous or something like that. Kokomus? But no, isn't that also the name of the party? Kokomus? Kokomus and kokos, right? Hold on, let me type this out. Kokos. Kokous is a meeting. And kokomus is Congress or is it the center party? I always get them confused. There's SDP, there's kokomus, there's keskus. There's some other like keskusta or something. No, the coalition, that's the word. The National Coalition Party is kokomus. My goodness. It's so difficult to remember. And there are more parties than that. But those are the ones I just wanted to ramble off. Ensimmäinen tentti. Ensimmäinen tentti. Alkaa kello 21 Yle Areenassa ja TV1. So the first debate begins at 9 o'clock on Yle Areena and TV1. But yeah. You're back from your walk, JF. You did 10K. Well done. That's really impressive. That is a walk. What is this? Politica Radio has had individual interviews, it seems. What, 10K is nice. Scenery is nice there, and you assume some hills. Yeah, he said, JF did say he was doing a bunch of hills. So, good to get out and do that. Well done. Yeah, discuss Lorelei. I get the words mixed up, but, practice makes perfect. And, the more I practice, the better I get. I can actually see the practice paying off. Leader of speech. You just lost it. Onni. The leader of speech. The speech leader. Right? Puhe. Actually, hold on. I want to look this word up. I want to see the origin. Because it reminds me of puhua and puhelin. What is puhen? Of talk. Yeah. Right? That's the leader of talk. The talky person. You're a politician. You're a talky person. There's something ironic in the fact that an American doesn't know the word to discuss in the political context. Helion. Isn't it ironic? I would say it's more just a coincidence, okay? Yeah, Kokomus, thank you. Yeah, it's actually spelled what? With 2 O's. I wrote it. Yeah, okay. Wait, but Kokomus is also a word or no? How did I? Well, whatever. The coalition government. Have I seen Elisa's advertise on TV? The guy is hilarious. No. No. I haven't seen any advertisements. What is this? Yeah, Puniki and Peace Ball are lovely areas, and climbing some stairs is also quite good. Yeah, glad you got out, JF. Remember to touch some grass, all right? We're a bunch of internet people here. Remember to live real life. Yeah, Kokomus is nothing, Lorelei. It's nothing. Like me, I am nothing to this language. Okay, daily questions. Let's try to do this. Millainen kesätyöpaikkojen tilanne on tänä vuonna? What kind of summer position? What kind of situation? It's like, what is the situation with summer work positions this year, right? Tilanne on huono. It is bad. And I'm going to write a little extra. You know why? Because I'm a high achiever. I'm sure I'm writing this incorrectly, but is this? I'm trying to say there are fewer summer work positions. Is this close enough? Like, the situation is bad. The positions are fewer. How does it... Hey, huono. This is such a Finnish response. How is the situation? Hyvä. Huono. N-A. Yo. On the northern Espoo, it's got enough hills and steep cliffs, all right, and the roads aren't too wide either. A winter nightmare? Oh, yikes. Almost. Need more Oh, I didn't mean to clear it. But anyways, the answer, I'm just going to write. Okay, I'll write huono. Look, I'm a big boy. I can write this. Työpaikkoja on. Vähemmän. Okay. What did I write? Because sometimes I get it confused with vanha. Vähemmän. Wait, how do I say less? Vähän, right? There's vähän. I can't type. Vähän, vähemmän. Vähemmin? Oh, if I want to change it, I click here. Okay. That's what I do. Tyhjennä is like, you know, whatever, clear or delete. That's the answer for the question without any extra frills. I want to practice responding in a complete sentence. The new tram route's made a big difference, JF. It goes so often, so you just ride it to town and walk back home. Well, that's nice. Oh, I wrote von Hemming. So that's okay. I had a feeling I wrote I wrote that it's old. The summer jobs are older. Let's go. Look, Finnish words all look the same to me. How do you guys speak this as a native language? Like, I... And you speak English. Not fair. Vähemmin. Vähiten. Wait. Why is this vähemmän and not vähemmin? Is there a difference? You just know, JS. Not fair. 32 years of practice, Lorelei. Well, you do have me beat there, I guess. But there are also like 5-year-olds with technically fewer years of practice. Well, you can't compare, you know, your language journey as an adult to a child learning. The human brain is very different. Oh, it should have been Vähemmän, Helion. Okay, thank you. You guys give me a panic here, all right? And you're getting... Wait. And there's wolves in Tampere. You had a stray in Espoo. Mostly foxes and marten dogs. A lynx, maybe a few bears in the northern parts. No, I haven't seen any wolves out where I live. Which I haven't told you guys. I live somewhere outside of Helsinki. But I haven't encountered any kinds of, I don't know, bigger animals. The scariest animals I've come across are snakes in the summer. I was surprised at how many snakes there are in the forest. Most of them are like the non-venomous kind, like the grass snakes or beach snakes. But I know I've also seen the what is it? The asp? I don't know. It's a type of viper that is venomous. Okay, meneekö Suomen taloudessa hyvin? It is not. Hey, Mene. It's not going well. Here, fine. I'll write Mene for completeness. Lähinnä, mainly, ketkä etsivät normaalisti kesätöitä. Who mainly searches for summer jobs normally? It would be nuoret ihmiset. Thank you very much. Young people, that is. What was it? You've seen Fox and Deer? Key to learning Finnish in a short time is to be very, very, very young. Helion. Yeah. The best time to plant a tree was 36 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree was 35 years ago. That's my saying. Yeah, the second best time to plant a tree was literally moments after the first time the tree could have been planted, okay? Mitä takseissa on tapahtunut viime vuosina enemmän kuin ennen? So what has happened in taxis over the last year more than before? It was, I don't know how to spell this, sexually rico. See? Ricosi. I mean, I don't know. Let's sexuali ricoxia. Ricoxia. Here, let's try it again. Sexuali ricoxia. Is that it? Boom. So yeah, I tried just with the normal plural, but in this case, it's better to use the partitive. Or is this partitive plural? I don't know. The deer are already a nuisance for you, Onni. They jump the fences. A wolf followed somebody and their dog. Yikes. Did it just mute a couple words? Did my microphone mute me? Sorry about that. It's censoring my bad Finnish. Am I going camping this summer? The last time went so well. JF. Do I sense sarcasm? The last time I went was the worst mosquito attack. It was a mosquito bath. Like, if you can imagine taking a bath in mosquitoes, that's what it was like. But yes, I would like to go camping again. I think that's yeah. I don't have any plans to yet, but I'm not gonna rule it out. And the mosquito thing was difficult, but that's not always the case. It has done that a couple times before, but haven't mentioned it. Oh, the microphone. It was sometimes the microphone takes a short break. Sorry about that. You were about to at me, Lorelei. Rikokset is the correct plural form if I were to go for that version. But anyways, let's do this. Kuka on yleensä seksuaalirikoksen uhri taksissa? So who is usually the victim of the sexual crimes in taxis? I mean, I know the answer, but I'm thinking, hold on. I think it was like, I'm just going to put this because I was thinking, like, should I put nainen or naiset or naista? Nuori nainen. Oh, and now you're going to... Oh, but it's also like who are alone at night in the taxi. I'm close enough. Nuori nainen. A young woman. I mean, it also matches this, like who. Kuka. Kuka on. Nuori nainen on. Mitä rikosilmoitusten määrälle takseissa tapahtui viime vuonna Helsingissä? So something about what happened last year in Helsinki in taxis. Oh, and it was saying that what happened to the amount? Is that kind of what it's saying? What happened to the amount of sexual crimes in taxis last year in Helsinki? It went down. How do I say that? Why do I feel like I could write this? Laskenut. Se on laskenut. It decreased? Määrä väheni. Am I correct in saying this? Se on laskenut? Let me know in chat. I'll change it if it's You found out late in life that a cab means a taxi without the sign on the roof? Onni. I've never heard that. I thought a cab is also just the same thing as a taxi. I didn't know that it had to have any physical distinction. Laskanut is also good. Thank you, JS and Helion. Give me native speaker status. Nyt. Vai pian. Mistä kunnanvaltuustot päättävät? Where? Hold on. Not where. Upon what do the municipal councils decide? I'm gonna write ne for they, meaning the councils. Päättävät. Hold on, let me try this. Tärkeistä asioista. How about that? Okay, they just wrote Luis. They just wrote the examples. They decide on important issues. Am I supposed to give the examples? Mistä aluevaltuustot päättävät? This was terveys. Keskuksista. How about that? Terveyskeskuksista, baby. That's how we roll. And we done. We valmis. We valmist our way through this. Well, I pressed valmis and nothing happened. Tee uudestaan. No, I don't want to do it again. Peruuttaa is cancel. Vahvista is like confirm. Oletko varma, että haluat tyhjentää kaikkien kysymysten vastaukset? Like, are you sure that you want to clear all the question responses? No. No, it's fine. We did it. I mean, we could also watch it really quickly. But yeah.
Nyt uutisia helpolla suomen
Vahvista
kielellä.
was the default, which would destroy the answers.
Ensin aiheena kesätyöt.
Kesätyöt.
Kesätyöpaikkoja on tänä vuonna vähän.
Joo.
Kesätyöpaikkoja on vähemmän kuin viime vuonna, ja jo viime vuonna tilanne oli huono.
Kyllä.
Samaan aikaan työttömien määrä on kasvanut.
I understand all of this.
Työttömät hakevat kesätöitä. Kesätyöpaikkojen tilanne on tänä vuonna huono. Syy on se, että taloudessa ei mene hyvin.
The economy isn't doing well.
Työpaikkoja on silloin vähän ja työttömiä ihmisiä on paljon.
Yeah.
Normaalisti lähinnä nuoret etsivät kesätöitä. Nyt myös vanhemmat työttömät ihmiset ovat kiinnostuneet kesätöistä.
Hey, Polyu.
Aiheena taksit.
How are you? Hope you're doing well.
Takseissa on nykyään liikaa turvallisuusongelmia. Takseissa tapahtuu seksuaalirikoksia enemmän kuin ennen. 2 viime vuoden aikana asiakkaat tekivät Helsingissä poliisille yli 50 rikosilmoitusta. Ilmoitukset koskivat taksikuskeja.
Wait, the economy is going well.
että taksikuski
Did it say that?
oli
I thought it
tehnyt
said it wasn't going well.
seksuaalirikoksen. Yleensä uhri on nuori nainen, joka oli taksissa yöllä yksin. Taksikuski oli yleensä mies, jolla oli ulkomaalainen tausta.
Oh, I said it was going well. Oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke.
Seksuaalirikoksia enemmän kuin ennen.
I'm always misspeaking here.
Taksiala muuttui muutama vuosi sitten. Nykyään
Like I said, vanhemmin.
taksialalle on paljon helpompi
The summer jobs
päästä
are older.
kuin ennen. Hyvä uutinen on, että viime vuonna rikosilmoitusten määrä väheni. Sitten aiheena vaalit.
Vaalit.
Suomessa on pian vaalit. Vaaleissa valitaan ihmiset kunnanvaltuustoihin ja aluevaltuustoihin. Kunnanvaltuustot päättävät tärkeistä asioista, esimerkiksi kouluista ja päiväkodeista. Aluevaltuustot päättävät esimerkiksi terveyskeskuksista. Suomessa on ensi kuussa vaalit. Ylen puheenjohtajatentit alkavat tänään. Tenteissä puolueiden puheenjohtajat keskustelevat vaaleista. Ensimmäinen tentti alkaa kello 21 Yle Areenassa ja TV1.
All right.
Vielä sääennuste.
We don't need to hear the weather. Oh, but yeah. This is probably a good, we can start wrapping up stream here. It was perfect timing. It took us, all of 2 hours, but we did have some detours. Also, let me put the music back on. Oh, you're talking about se for pets, but and calling people se. Se, ne is normal way to refer to people in many dialects, at least. Though the way I originally wrote it, at least in my case, hold on, let me scroll down. I don't know if what I did is why you guys are talking about it, but because I wrote ne because I think of the council as an object, not as a person. Like the council, it is deciding. The council decides on important issues. The council, I mean, you could say they, like, hey, they decide, right? Now that I think about it, I think in English it would be more natural to say they. So maybe in this case it would be better to say hey. But I just thought of council as an object, not as the people that compose it. Yeah. Oh, but Helion, you're saying the council would be very decidedly ne in this case. Okay then. Yeah, in English we have these like collective nouns, right? Like family, they. We would never say it for the family. Yeah. Yeah. So I think council is maybe a bit more ambiguous than a family, which is more personal. But yeah. All Finnish newspapers are great when learning Finnish, so maybe next Tuesday take an article from Helsingin Sanomat. Oh man, you're gonna push me up to the big leagues. Yeah. But yeah, this was another good practice. And yeah, thank you guys for showing up for another Tuesday Learn Finnish with Me live stream. We actually did practice Finnish. Okay, sometimes we just ramble and I talk about Tolkien for 90 minutes. Okay, not it's not that bad, but it's easy to go down that path. So yeah, we will be back next Tuesday, same time, 7 p.m. Finland time. And yeah, next Tuesday it will be April. It will be April. And I also do a stream on Thursday. So I do a gaming stream. We're playing Terraria. No Finnish. It's just for fun. I try to do gaming streams for fun. So if you're interested and you want to hang out, watch me play a game, it'd be pretty cool. I typically start that on Thursdays around 7, maybe a bit earlier, sometimes around 6. But I post about it on the Discord, so if you sign up for announcements there, then yeah, you should be able to get it. But yeah, thank you all for joining. Polyu, Anni, Lorelei, JS, Helion, JF. Oh, and Toke. Toke, welcome in. You're a new screen name to me, so nice to see you. And you were saying earlier about se, ne is a normal way to refer to people in your dialect. You'd only use han, he in formal situations or something like that. Yeah, I think I've heard of this. So yeah, thanks for sharing that. I've heard something along those lines. Wait, what is this? We should come up with some gag on Tyler next week? What? Oh, because it's April Fool's. You can't fool me. I'm too smart. I'm prepared. All right. I'm over here getting emergency prepared, trying to find some buckets. You can't fool me. Yeah, not only April, but it'll be April 1st. Exactly. Don't you dare fool us with no stream, Tyler. Well, Lorelei, who knows? I'll pull an April Fool's on you guys. Yeah. It's always refreshing to hang out with you guys and learn some Finnish and just hear what's going on, on your end. And we'll pick back up next time. But next time when the mic fails and everyone in chat is like, no audio, Tyler won't believe us. That's true. Yeah. You're gonna troll me with the microphone issues. Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good rest of your Tuesday, and I hope to see you in the next live stream. Goodbye.